So obviously my name is Abdullah Imtiaz. I'm a hasNOright sixth form student. I'm in my final year. I have been a part of leading the protests in Crawley, and also as a youth, being the voice for the voiceless. I have a youth club in Crawley where we have more than 50 boys, where we come together for UK-related problems such as drug dealing, such as knife crime, such as abuse of women, and much more. But I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to talk about Henry and his role in Parliament and as an MP of Crawley. So if you search up Henry Smith, you will see that he was the co-chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group and partly for the animal welfare, a position which you served until the 2019 general election. So he had made sure that that animals and consumers were in safe hands. Obviously, he can agree with that. And no one is forced to judge him, but I do. There's a few things that you can take from this. You believe that animals have more rights to exist than Palestinians. You believe that animals should be given more opportunities than the children of Gaza. Now, I want you to ponder for a little bit.
I don't want to interrupt you too much. I want to agree. That's just not the case.
That's my personal
belief,
and beliefs of many others. Anyways, I want you to ponder for a little bit when you see these children, when you see into their eyes and you see into their souls. You know, they're the same as us, you know, not their skin color. Don't look at their religion, and don't look at the land that they were born in. If you do not feel an ounce of heartache when you see them, then I do not know for you. In the few days I had prepared this speech, I tried to justify why you would vote against a ceasefire. And I was thinking, maybe the Palestinians don't feel the same pain as our children do. Or maybe the children of Gaza don't feel the same heartbreak that we do. Or maybe the children of the land which was once prosperous and beautiful had a different sky as to what we look at. Or maybe the fact that their dreams are different to ours. Ours is to pay an arm and a leg for a car, metaphorically. Where theirs is that the arm and the leg that they lost, all they want is it back. I tried my best, I really did, Henry. Yeah, I could not seem to find the answer. Amongst the 13,000 and still counting amount of confirmed murders, or maybe in your words, death, are 6,000 and still counting, they were children. Or maybe in your words, those children are terrorists. More than 50 premature babies have been massacred, and a significant percentage of these babies was because of their due to the raping of innocent wives, sisters, and daughters. Or maybe in your words, they were impregnated. Imagine the fear and the helplessness that they must have felt. The mental trauma that they have endured, the guilt of not being able to do more to stop it, that it happened in front of their kids, that it happened in front of their brothers, and that it happened in front of your own husband. Henry, these women and children, these helpless fathers who only dream of providing a safe life of a child, just like you would have a wish to provide a good life for your children. These are children that only dream to see the freedom that we do. They're the same children that see the same sun as we do. Maybe if it's not at the same time, eventually they will see it. The same way when we're seeing the sun, they be looking at the moon. They are seeing the same things that we do, and we are standing tall, and we are standing proud on top of the same dirt and soil that they are getting buried under. So what is the difference? These children have been suffocated, they have been segregated, and they have been silent. Now imagine a boy in Palestine, a young boy with the same mindset of aspirations, goals, and hopes, much like a child from the primary school down the road. And he's saying to you, Mr. Smith, when you became chair of animal welfare, you said, we urge the government to protect animals and demolish this cruel trade for good. Yet as my family of 20 rapidly becomes 2, I thought you would at least say, I would vote ceasefire if I could. Did you watch my Abu in front of all the cameras as he wept for brotherhood? Or when my baby brother that was thrown in the oven, yes, he was left there to be cooked? Did you say no to a ceasefire that would have taken my mother to a safe hospital to deliver? Yet I doubt you're aware or even care that the baby came from the IVF's pleasure. I would have voted if I could. I'd give up everything, all my remaining leisure, to give my brother a childhood. If only you understand the misunderstood and condemn the bombing of my neighborhood. I would have voted if I could, but I think I relied on you too much. I think I put my trust in someone who would rather see me covered in dust. I wish you voted ceasefire because I didn't have that choice. So please don't be angry at me for using my voice. If only you voted ceasefire, I wouldn't have to bid. I didn't get that chance, but I know you did.
We can't turn back the clock. We are where we are.
Yes, you said that. Okay, you said word for word, respect the history. You had also said 7th of October flared up again at the beginning of your speech. By flaring up again, that insinuates, for example, maybe a rash or something that is just flared up again, as if it's something annoying that needs to get rid of again. Maybe a ceasefire for 4 days or something like that. That is what you mean by flared up. You had also said that that Gaza finds itself a pawn in international government. What does that mean? That means it is exploited, and that's something you have said. That is why I said a dynamic, because you have said some positive things. However, by saying that, it is something like, for example, people say that history is written by winners. And obviously, as we can see visibly, that the winners are the countries such as Britain, who had given the land of Palestine to Israel in the Balfour Declaration, as we all know. And you also said that
technically it was a UN motion.
Yes, but after Balfour from
1917.
Yeah, 1917, way before the World War II. Anyways, you also said that even if Britain did vote for a ceasefire, no one would be watching. That is the same as saying, what can I only do? I am only one person, said 7 billion people. If one person changes, everyone will follow. You said that Labour didn't vote, so why do I vote? That's the type of thing you were saying, weren't you? You were saying Labour didn't vote, so I didn't need to vote.
That's not the reason why I said
that was your justification for not voting.
No, that's not what that wasn't my justification. I was observing that this was an issue that crossed across different political parties.
The retaliation for your question of why you did not vote for ceasefire was, well, the Labour didn't vote for it.
No, that's
no one was voting.
I observed they also didn't vote for it, but that's not the reason. I explained the reason that the vote was deliberately called on a King's Speech motion, which means that if you vote against, if you're a member of the governing party, you vote against a budget or a King's Speech motion, then you are no longer a member of Parliament for that party.
You also said that Israel is not going to cease to exist. That means that the state of Israel, which is an occupying state, which is starving, segregating, and silencing 2.3 million people in the open air prison, you are saying that they are not going to cease to exist. And that exactly is what you said that.
Yes, that's true.
Can I please finish the statement? That is the same as saying that we have to respect the history of Nazi Germany. Do you agree with that?
No, I think you're reading into words things that were not meant. When I say respect the history, when I say respect the history, I mean that the history is a reality. It's not going to change. unless we invent time travel, the history isn't going to change.
Time travel is the need for the future.
When I say respect the history, it means we respect the reality of history. You know, I respect the history that the Holocaust occurred. It doesn't mean I agree with it. It means it is a reality that it occurred. When I said flaring up, that's just an expression. It's not to sort of say
it's a very bad expression for what's going on.
I'm not equating what's happened with. I think you equated it to a sort of skin rash. I'm not equating. Things did. I'm afraid that there are cycles. I also spoke about cycles of violence in the region, and you know, it is normal English language to say if something flares up in a cycle of violence. I think you're reading into words things meaning that.
Now I want you to